What is going on, all you beautiful people? Thanks for tuning in to yet another video. And this is going to be an exciting one because in my hands, I have probably the most minimal knife on the market. And that is the Zero by Mr. Designs. And this thing couldn't get any more minimal. All you have on the front is a button lock. And all you have on the back is a pivot and a clip screw. I mean, how crazy is that? I'm very excited to check this out and share it with you guys. It is in its prototype stages at the moment, but you can actually pre-order this knife right now using a link down below or checking out Mr. Designs over on Instagram. So let's dive into some specs on the Zero. The Zero comes in at 7.8 inches overall. We've got a blade length of 3.4 inches and a cutting edge of 3.4 inches as well. The blade material is M390 in a beautiful drop point blade with a satin finish, and the handle material is all bead blasted titanium or coated if you go for the DLC coated one. So the Zero has gone through a couple of changes since its first prototype by Rikki. The original one had the pivot showing, and that wasn't the intention that Mr. Designs wanted to go for. They wanted to create a truly minimalistic knife, so they changed manufacturers to Bestech, and they were able to hide the pivot. So that makes it kind of look like an integral knife, but it is two separate pieces of titanium coming together, and it just kind of has that pull over. Now, the knife itself is super contoured. All the edges are beveled, so there is no hot spots anywhere on this knife. It is extremely ergonomic due to its size, and you get a little bit of jimping along the top of the blade, which gives you just that extra bit of grip to lay your thumb on. The action is super smooth. This one has a little bit of stick on the button lock, but I was assured that there was going to be no sort of stick. It was just some issues that they had with the prototype. So that will be fixed, and I'm sure that will smooth it up a lot more. But even with that little bit of stick, this knife is incredibly smooth. Now, the other thing that I want to touch on is the flipper tab design. Very cool the way he kind of cut it out so that flipper tab stands out. Makes it so easy to deploy. I mean, I've tried really hard to fail this flick just to see if it's something I can touch on, but it is practically impossible. I think it is just on the money. Like, man, it's hard to describe how satisfying it is to flick this knife open. So overall, I think it's really cool to see some innovations like this in pocket knives. The fact that the hardware is hidden aesthetically just makes it such a clean look. And I mean, as a photographer, for example, it's just really exciting to not see any hardware. This can just kind of pair up with absolutely everything, and it's awesome. This design was actually made by his father. Him and his father are a tag team duo designing knives in the EDC community, and I just thought that was super cool, man. I think it's a really awesome story, and it makes sense. His father is definitely more clean lines and minimalistic, as where he designs more so with like the EDC world in mind with a lot of things. So I thought that was just really awesome. It made sense looking at his page how that all came to be. So that is it, guys. That is my quick little review on the Zero. These are still available for pre-order on his site, which I will be linking down below, as well as his Instagram, so you guys can follow him and hear about the progress on everything. If you're into super minimalistic knives, this is definitely one to pick up. The price point is $275 for this TI one or $280 for the coated one. No matter which one you choose, you're going to be getting an awesome knife, and I'm super stoked to see its release. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of video, subscribe, because there's definitely a lot more coming, especially from Mr. Designs, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.